Hello and welcome. This is the paper review segment of the BDTV Breakfast Show, and I have with me here to discuss the stories that made front pages today Joshua Bassi, who is a news editor at Business Day, and Hope Moses Ashike, who is the associate editor, Banking and Finance, Business Day, to discuss some stories that made it to our front page. Welcome, Ms. Hope, and welcome, Mr. Joshua.
Thank you, Better.
Very well.
Thank you for joining us in the studio.
Thank you, Better, for having me here today. Thank you.
Yes, it's wonderful. So we want to get right into the stories that made the front page on the major news providers in Nigeria today. Starting with Business Day. On the front page of Business Day, it says Naira gains 125 per dollar 1 month after EFEMS. Right. So, Mrs. Hope, I'll come to you, and let's talk about what is going on here. Can you help us understand how this came about, right? Especially with the introduction of the electronic foreign exchange matching system, which is EFEMS, right? So what really influenced the gain in the Naira to the dollar?
Okay. Thank you very much, Better. Just you rightly observed, the Naira has been, gaining across the foreign exchange market, not only in the official market, even in the black market, Naira has been gaining. And this is really largely driven by the introduction of EFEMS by the Central Bank of Nigeria. And what is this EFEMS that we are talking about? The EFEMS, like you rightly said, is the electronic foreign exchange matching system. And the reason why CBN introduced this platform is because the previous platform was characterized by inconsistencies, and there was no transparency in the market, and that is why we've been having that Naira volatility in the market. But since the introduction of this EFEMS in December, this EFEMS commenced operation on December 2, 2024. Yes. So since then, Naira has been gaining. There's relative stability in the foreign exchange market. The market has been calm. So we've seen Naira gaining 8% or 125 Naira against the dollar, starting from 1,660 in December.
Yes.
Yes, that December 2 when the trading started, and up to January 3. It was 1,535 Naira. So it was even at a point it gained more and rose to 1,532 Naira. On the EFEMS market, that is the Nigerian foreign exchange market. So the gains that we've been having are actually driven by this EFEMS that CBN introduced, and this actually has brought in about some level of transparency in the market. So even in the para market, we're having Naira, trading at 1,660 and 1,665 per dollar in the black market. So this is, as a result of this EFEMS that brought transparency in the market. Now, just like you said, there could be other factors that drove this stability in the market. We have the foreign exchange. We have the external reserves growing. So going from let's say 33 billion in 2024. In 2023. To what we have now, over $40 billion, specifically $40.9 billion. That's what we have as an external reserve now. So this also has helped Naira to regain strength also have the diaspora remittances also rising. So we have the foreign portfolio investment also rising. So foreign investors are attracted to Nigerian market because there is some level of transparency in the market right now due to the introduction of this EFEMS. There's transparency in the market, and there's the required information for market dealers and other investors to make their informed decision. And then the other factor that I looked at is the seasonal factor, what we call the seasonal factor. You know that this thing was introduced in December, and again we usually have the exchange rate, stabilizing, some sort of stabilizing during the festive period, because during that time we have some of our relatives, like your brother overseas, and your sisters bringing in dollar, sending in dollar. So when they send in dollar, we have enough liquidity in the market, and then we have a reduced demand for dollar as well during that particular time. So largely this is what these are the things that are driving the Naira stability in the market, and we hope also that this stability will be sustained.
Speaking of sustainability, do you see this these gains being sustained? Do you think there's a possibility of sustainability for these Naira gains, and what, considering the volatility of the market right now, what policies do you think could ensure this?
Okay, thank you very much. Talking about stability of the FX market, I can rightly say yes on one hand, and I can rightly say no on one hand. Why am I saying yes? Yes, we have a lot of factors that will drive the sustainability, and like I already mentioned earlier, the foreign reserve, like I said, foreign currency reserve or the external reserve is growing. So we're having over $40 billion right now. So that also will help, drive the sustainability in the market. I rightly also said that we have inflows coming in from remittances, that's why remittances from IMTOs, that's International Monetary Transfer Operators. We also have inflows from foreign portfolio investors coming in. So all these ones are going to drive the sustainability. Then we also look at the improvements in the refineries. The improvement in the refineries also, and the Dangote, the Port Harcourt refineries, that they are going to also contribute by reducing the demand for dollar for importation of fuel. And when that is reduced, and we're going to have more dollars around, and the demand, in fact, the demand will reduce, and the market will be sustained. So then that is that. Then on the other side, I said I would likely say no on the other side. Why am I saying no on the other side? My no is that there are a lot of factors that the government need to put in place, or a lot of things that are going on in the foreign exchange market that government needs to put a stop to. And one of those is the operation of the activities of the black market operators and those who patronize them. When they get this dollar, they move to the black market, and once they go to the black market, they take the dollar, push the dollar to the black market instead of going to the official foreign exchange for the dollar. So that is the challenge in this FX sustainability. The activities of the black market operator is a major problem in this country. So of which I advise or encourage the government, if there's anything they can do to to reduce the activities of these black market operators, it will help to reduce naira volatility. Then on the other hand, I say we now as Nigerians, we have a duty to change our appetite for foreign goods. So appetite, so it's taking a lot of effects. So by the time we keep importing, using among us now, tell me now, who is using any locally produced material? Who is wearing any locally produced fabric here? Nobody. So all the things we are wearing here, they are all imported fabrics. So we need to change that appetite and begin to look locally. Begin to patronize our locally made products. That will help also sustain, sustain the efforts that the central bank is putting in place to ensure the stability of the foreign exchange markets.
You talked about foreign investor confidence. How well has this boosted that?
Oh, okay, yes. We have seen some level of transparency and investor confidence rising. In fact, one of the examples of investor confidence rising is this story on this front page, which says Nigeria Eurobond yields dip as investor optimism rises. So it's one of the things, the proof that yes, the confidence level is actually rising. So investors are now being attracted to Nigerian markets. Imagine the Eurobond now, the yield on Euro bond dropping in the last 3 weeks. So this is one of the things that show that yes, actually that confidence level has improved. And like I said earlier before, we have foreign investors bringing in investment into Nigeria. So because if they don't see any confidence, if they don't see any transparency and confidence they don't have any confidence in the economy, they won't have been bringing in more dollars in just like portfolio investors, according to CBN data, has increased by over 72%. So this shows that yes, the investors are actually having confidence in the Nigerian economy, and this is actually helping also to boost the foreign exchange in the market.
All right. So, in one word or in one sentence, is this the start of something good?
Of course, yes. Of course, yes. So, beginning with this in 2025,
yes.
It shows something good is coming. It shows something up is really coming. We are going to see more of this. And if the government, that's the government I mean here, is that it has collaboration between the monetary authority and the fiscal authority. If these two authorities can collaborate very well, they will make sure that the market is boosted. Why do I say so? Of course, the CBN has been doing a lot in terms of price stability, and that is the role of Central Bank of Nigeria. Price stability. It's been doing a lot, additional policies and all that. So the fiscal side of the game should also collaborate with the CBN in terms of creating an enabling environment for investors to come in. If we have that enabling environment, so of course more investors will come. It's an enabling environment like you see in the country now. We are still having insecurity issues. So if the government should treat that, the things will look better in 2025. Look at across the states. Look at the farmers that cannot go to their farm and farm, and we need to farm and bring out this cash crops, bring all this our products and export them and earn foreign exchange. But instead of doing that, what most of people are doing is to trade, to take an exchange rate as an essential commodity, and they are trading on it instead of trading the cash crops and our crops that we should export. So it's a major problem in foreign exchange. So the government should do something in that area, boost agricultural produce by creating an enabling environment, tackling insecurity and infrastructure, making sure there's the right infrastructure for businesses to operate their business. So these are other things the government can do to make sure that we sustain this positive positive development.
I guess we can only we hope for the best, really, in 2025, and we'll play our part as well to ensure that this is sustained. Well, moving forward, speaking of opening up 2025, the MBS website is down. The second story on the front page says MBS website down ahead of crucial inflation data. Mr. Bassi, I'll come to you now. Rather unfortunate, isn't it, that for 21 days now, the bank of data, decades of data to be accessed for policy decisions and even anybody that would want to use it is still shut. What's going on?
I don't know. We should ask MBS. But that's quite unfortunate, really.
Yes.
Because the point is that it is not only Nigerians that are going to MBS website to source for information. There are foreign investors who also go there. Who also go there to, okay, let me know this and this and this about Nigeria, to be able to take my investment decision. And they will go there and they can't find anything. And that's quite unfortunate. I think that should worry the government. That should worry the MBS itself. And that should something that they should wake up to actually do something about. Like I said, there are Nigerians who wake up every day. So, okay, let me go see what MBS is saying in this sector, in various sectors of the economy, because they are the warehouse of the data across sectors of this economy. When they go there, they can't find anything. It's something that should disturb us as a people, as a nation. That for this length of time, there is nothing you can access on the MBS website.
And then inflation data that
inflation data.
It keeps a lot of people in limbo.
In limbo,
yes,
in complete darkness.
Yes,
and like I said, there are some investment decisions that you want to take and that you cannot take, and yet we are, clamoring for investment, foreign investment, but it's a major place where investors go to source for information about our economy. They enable them do what they feel they should do here, and locally and local investors and then prospective foreign investors.
Yes,
but I think it shouldn't go beyond today. I think I would say that MBS should not allow the website to remain down beyond today. In fact, as we speak, they should go there and then do something about it. That's not good at all for the economy.
Indeed. So do you have something to say about this?
What he has rightly said the right thing. Also, the investors, the stakeholders, not only the investors. So they won't be able to take informed decision because of what is happening. But we hope that maybe before the inflation release, we hope that they will open their website.
I guess
if I would agree. We shouldn't.
I would join my faith
They should open the website today.
It should have already.
It shouldn't go beyond today. As we are talking, they should go there and then do something about it. They shouldn't wait until they want to release inflation figure.
I think they are under pressure right now. They are really under pressure, and hopefully we see something good before before weekend.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll move on to the Punch. The front page of the Punch says task force meets as Amotekun police tighten southwest boundaries. Oyo security chiefs hold closed-door meeting in Ibadan, Ondo, Osun, others review strategies. So I'll come to you, Mr. Bassi, and to just because we're running out of time, but I would like you to just give us a breakdown of this top story here. Yeah.
Okay, so I like what the security chiefs, together with Amotekun in the southwest are doing, because the other time the governor of Oyo State, Sheikh Makinde, raised an alarm that the bandits who have been driven away, who have been bombarded by the military in the north, are moving down south, and then moving down south. So it is in response to that, statement by the alarm that was raised by Governor Sheikh Makinde, that we are seeing the security chiefs coming together with the Amotekun in the southwest to checkmate and ensure that these guys don't come down here because of the kind of damage they could do to the economy, they could do to the communities. So I like what they're doing. They should be intentional. They should get more people, apart from the security chiefs and the locals within the community in the Southwest should also come together. This is a time for everybody, everybody's hand to be on the deck to check the activities of these bandits, because we know the kind of negative effect that they are, they are flogging into the Southwest could cause. Because as we speak, the Southwest seems to be the only region, as it were, that enjoys some level of security. The north, if you go, the north, the southeast, and to some extent the south side, there's this, issues of insecurity here and there.
Fragility.
So I think, I think the Southwest seems to be enjoying better, some form of security compared to other regions of the country. And so they must not be allowed to come into the Southwest. And of course, the Southwest is also like the region where people, given the economic strength of the Southwest, Lagos in particular, so many people coming to be able to do business, to be able to, make a heck of a living. I think with that, we welcome this development, and whatever it is that the security chiefs together with Amotekun can do together, and of course they should be able to do that to make sure that these guys don't gain access to the Southwest, to destabilize the Southwest, because we don't need that to happen here, given that other part of the country are still struggling with issues of security, to recover from. So, but apart from what the security chiefs and the Motekun, I also want to, we also be better to get the traditional institution, the traditional rulers, to also play a role here, because we respect them, but a lot of time what I see is traditional rulers just showing opulence, wearing fine, a lot of those things. So they need to collaborate as well. We need their collaboration within their various domains. They should be able to put system in place to monitor what is happening, what's going on, the movement of suspicious movement, and then help to escalate such to the security chiefs who are doing this. So we need the collaboration of everybody, and like I said, particularly the traditional rulers.
Yes.
I expect them to play a key role in this, so that we don't have the Southwest turn into what we've seen in some part of the country. Yeah.
So I would ask you now, on a personal level, personal note, what is your best suggestion to stymie and then completely curb this issue that we've been experiencing? Because before you say that, it's interesting that we're talking about this thing, because I watched a video, Al Jazeera interview with a major general in Nigeria, and we're talking about the Boko Haram, and of course we know that this is Lakurawa and a new insurgents, and it was talking about the funding, and then I think the general was saying that if you could cut the funding now, who is funding these people? That has been sustaining them. They have been sustaining themselves for decades now. That the funding, if you can get the source of the funding, and that this issue could be resolved for good. So I would ask you on a personal note, what is your best suggestion to ensure that this issue is dealt with once and for all?
The issue of insecurity,
and the bandits, and
the bandits. Of course, we've seen in this year's budget about 4.9 trillion is being voted for in the 2025 budget. National budget is being voted for defense. So for me, in terms of funding, so it's a lot better than what we saw in the previous budget. Meaning that the president is giving it the necessary attention. So in terms of funding, we are beginning to see improvement in funding. Defense funding that should be sustained, for going forward. And of course, again, there should be, and that's the reason why the issue of Nigeria and Niger is something that should be of concern to everybody. We need that collaboration, because a lot of these guys, they cross the border. they've been this talk about them, some of them crossing the border into Nigeria. So if we have the Nigerian military and the Nigerian military, you understand, collaborating, which is the reason why Niger and Mali and Burkina Faso exiting ECOWAS is not the best, because we need countries in the Sahel region to actually work together, so to be able to checkmate the the bandits, some of whom are crossing into Nigeria from the neighboring states. So that's one thing I will advocate for: stronger collaboration between our military and the military of the neighboring states or the neighboring countries. Funding, yes, we're seeing improvement in funding. Like I said, the budget of this for this year is higher compared to what we saw in previous years. And of course, again, there's also the need for various communities to expose what they say. All those kind of, like I mentioned, suspicion movement within the country, and especially in areas where we're having a lot of this issue. People should speak up, don't keep quiet. But of course, again, we've also history about people who volunteer information. At the end of the day, that information is not properly managed, such that the bandits themselves, sometimes they go attack those they suspect to have given out that information. I think that the military and the security personnel who receive such information from people who are willing to give such information, they should treat such information with confidentially, such that those that the community people are giving that information against don't get to know. You understand, the informant, and then go and attack them. Because if we continue to have that, then of course people will not be willing to give information. So when for the security personnel, if you receive any information, please treat that information with confidentially, so that those guys don't get to know the people that give. So those are the things I think we can do. Like I also talked about earlier on, there's need for that. There's also need for the traditional rulers to play their role in the various areas where they have jurisdiction. They should play their role. Those are the things I think we should be able to do to check the influx. Of course, proliferation of small arms, which the police they should try as much as possible take measures to mop up, small arms, which unfortunately circulating all over the place. They should mop it up, so that because if you don't have arms, you may not want to feel that your life is in danger. If you go to carry out any form of attack in anywhere and you are not harmed. So if they're able to mop up small harms from society, then it will help. So those are the things that I think the security chief, the government should focus on to check high level insecurity, and so we can feel safe, and the economy will be better for it.
I agree with you. I completely agree with you, Mr. Bassi, and hopefully this year we don't see reports of paying up to billions in Naira to ransom.
The ransom, yeah.
Yes. Now we'll move on to, because we don't have much time anymore, so we'll move on to the cartoon of the day. On Business Day, this is what we can see here. We can see 2025. There's a gate into 2025, and we see a car, a van. That appears to be the president, President Bola Tinubu, being the rider, bringing in what appears to be the letters TPAIN rearranged in some way. So, and he says it's not what you think, right? It's we are the painting crew. We are here to paint the town red. So he's saying that it's not T-paint, it's paint. Right. So it gives us a hint at the general perception of 2025 and taking the reforms that have been put in place. So I'll come to you, Madam Hope, and we talked about. I want your opinion on the reforms for 2025. Look, of course, the cartoon says we can see what's called T-pain, but the president promises to paint the country red. Do you see that happening? Are you optimistic for a dirty 2025?
But as for me, I can say.
What do you observe?
Yeah, I can say that there is hope for Nigeria in 2025. It's not going to be tipping. So you're going to see moderation in things. Things are looking up already. There's no cause for alarm for Nigerians. We are believing that things are going to get better. Even our president has already said it. So for us, let us not be pessimistic. Let us be optimistic that things are going to get. With the reforms already put in place, we need implementation of such reforms. There are policies that have been put in place. We need to do something like a review of such policies. The ones that are not working, you put them aside. The ones that are working, you bring them up and let them work. So I think the reforms they have. Yeah, okay, but our problem is implementation of such reforms and policies. In this Nigeria, we are used to policy inconsistency, but I think that in 2025, we are hopeful that the government should do their best in making sure that all these policies are begin to work.
Oh, well, interesting, and indeed. Unfortunately, our time is up, but I would get one word from you, Mr. Bassi. Just one word.
Yeah, I mean, in 2024, Nigerians waited all through to see the gains of the reform. I think they were somehow disappointed. So it's not surprising that Mr. President is saying in that cartoon, it's not what you think. It's not T-pain. So it means that Mr. President himself knows that people are hoping and that people are hungry, and that he is promising reform that in 2025 that the reform will bring about probably meet the hopes and aspirations of the people. So it's good that Mr. President himself understands that the people are waiting for the gains of the reform, and we hope that indeed in 2025 we will begin to see the gains of those reforms that he's putting in place. So, I mean, that's what I can say about the cartoon.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Bassi, and thank you for joining me in the studio today to discuss our front page stories. I would have loved to discuss more of this, really, but unfortunately, that's all the time we can take for today. Thank you for staying with us on our paper review segment. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this. I'm Bethel Olujobi.